Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my very first class in teaching Arabic. Ahlan wa sahlan. That means welcome. If your goal has always been to learn the Arabic language because it happens to be one of the most beautiful languages on earth, I don't blame you. And guess what? You are in the right spot because my objective is to teach you Arabic to facilitate your learning in the very easiest way possible, and that's with my hands-on approach. The way I'm going to be teaching you Arabic is I'm going to start out with the alphabets, and we're going to do the very first 4 alphabets in the Arabic language. There's 28 letters altogether. The very first 4 are our objective today. Not only am I going to teach you the first 4 letters, we're just going to dive in because I know you can handle this. And I'm going to introduce you to the short vowel sounds. In Arabic, we call them harakat, and they are basically symbols that give the short vowel sounds. So the way I have my board organized here is I'm going to put the letter under here, the name, and then the short vowel sounds. I'm going to introduce you to 3 different vowel sounds. The very first one is called a fatha, makes the a sound. The second is a kasra, makes the e sound. And the third is a dhamma, it makes the u sound. And by the way, this word in Arabic says harakat. Transliterated is harakat. The ha comes from the center of your throat, ha. And we'll cross that letter when we get there. All right, so let's dive in. Here we go, our very first letter. Y'all ready? Here we go. Very first letter is a stick with a little, I'd like to call it a mini S. That's actually called a hamza. Hamza, H-E-M-Z-A, Hamza. It's in reference to this. This is the very first letter, and we call it alif. Alif. Now, when you take an alif and you put a fatha on it, which by the way, looks like this, and it goes on top of the letter, that's your fatha. We pronounce the letter as a, a. Now when we take a kasra, you put the hamza on the bottom and the kasra goes on the bottom. And that sound is an e. A, e. If we put a dhamma, the dhamma goes on top, so we put the hamza back on top, and it looks like that. And that makes the u sound. So, a, e, u. Easy enough, right? You got this. Now let's go on to the second letter. Actually, the next 3 letters have the same template, and I like to call them as a smiley face. Easy enough, just one smiley face. The difference between all 3 of them, by the way, is where you put the dots. So the very first smiley face has a dot, we call it a nuqta, and it goes on the bottom. And that's called the ba. Ba. Now, if we take the ba and we put a fatha on it, what do you suppose it sounds like? I know you, there you go, I just heard it. Ba. Good job. Ba. What happens when we put a kasra? Remember, the kasra is this little thing, this little doohickey right here. Kasra. What sound does it make? Come on, you know. B, good job. B. Ba. B, not B. B. It's a short E. I don't want this to be misleading. It's not E, it's E. So, B. Now, what do you suppose happens when we put the dhamma? Put our nuqta, and the dhamma goes on top. You got it. Boo. Ba. B. Boo. Excellent. Now, the second smiley face, we're going to put the nu'at, the 2 dots in the center. It takes 2. 2. So that's going to make ta. Ta. Let's take the ta And let's put a fatha on it. What does that make? Ta. Ta. Now let's put a kasra. Remember, kasra goes on the bottom. That's your kasra. You got it. What does it make? T. T. Ta. T. Now let's put the dhamma. Dhamma on top makes the oo sound. Two. Ta. T. Two. You got it, doing great. The fourth letter is another template of a smiley face, only it has three dots, just like that. And it's the tha. Tha. Sort of like the TH sound in thank you. Tha. Tha. Now, let's go ahead and apply the fatha. You take your smiley face, put the three dots, ثلاث نقط, put the fatha. What does it make? Tha. Tha. Not tha. Tha. Good job. Next one is the kasra. Put our three dots. You put a kasra. What does that make? Thi. Thi. All right. Last but not least for this video, put a dhamma. Thu. Thu. Good job. Okay, so let's repeat the letters. First we're going to say the letters and then we're going to pronounce them with the harakat, the symbols. Here we go. Alif. Alif. Ba. Ba. Ta. Ta. Tha. Tha. Here we go with the short vowels with the fatha. A. Ba. Ta. Tha. Now we're introducing the kasra. Remember the I sound. I. B. T. Thi. Excellent, excellent. Third haraka is the dhamma. U. Bu. Tu. Thu. And there you have it. You learned your very first 4 letters in Arabic in conjunction with the first 3 symbols, short vowel sounds. I appreciate it. And for the bonus today, I started out with the phrase. I said ahlan wa sahlan. So let's write that down. Bonus for today. Ahlan wa sahlan. It means welcome. And you are always welcome in my classroom. I hope you enjoyed the very first video. I'm so psyched. I'm excited about your progress. Please feel free to repeat this and by all means, start recording in a notebook so we can take you further. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.